Number 2 said, which list shows the numbers below in ascending order? Okay. Ascending tells me that we're going to be going up, meaning from bottom to top, least to greatest. All right. First things first, you need to get all of these into their decimal form, line them up, and then we can compare. Do note when you have negatives, you're going to have to pull those out separate. Okay, so we have 5.78. All right, you should be doing this on graph paper. I'm going to show you off to the side. I'm just going to keep them vertical because that one's a negative. I'm going to do those separately. Okay, I'm going to keep them separate. The next one is 58%. All right, maybe you remember how to get a decimal from that. If not, percents, you type the number. And they're always out of 100, okay? When you do percents, a total of a percent would be 100%. So we're gonna do 58 divided by 100. Percents are out of 100. That gives me 0.58, all right? So I'm gonna line that up next. Fill in that 0, okay? And then lastly, I have another negative. So I'm gonna come type in 23 over 4. So it's a negative 23 over 4. Remember, fractions are just division problems, and that gives me negative 5.75. Okay, here's where things get a little tricky. We're going from least to greatest, meaning far left on the number line to the far right. Okay, so on the far left, I'm going to have my negatives first. Okay, but which one of these negatives is the least? Okay, you can't just look at this and say, well, 7 is less than 9. Because for negatives on a number line, okay, negative 1 is greater than negative 2. Okay, it flips. So negative 5.9 is going to be farther to the left than negative 5.75. So negative 5.9 is your least. Okay. This one is your least. Then your next, second, and then you can order like normal. So if we're comparing, that 0 is less than 5, so this will be third, and then fourth, okay? So if I put them back with their originals, my least is still negative 5.9, all right? So I know it could either be F or H. I know it's not G, okay? So I'm gonna draw a line through it, and I know it's not J. All right, neither of those match. All right, next they agree that we have that other negative fraction over here. Okay, we agree. All right, so next, is it our decimal or our percent? Okay, the one that we said was third was 0.58, which was our percent number. Okay, so that's gonna have to be H. All right, and then they end with 5.78. So the one that matches would be H. Make sure you convert them all to decimals, and then order your negatives separate from your positives. If you're ascending, you're going to go least to greatest, okay, from left to right on a number line. Descending means you would go down, greatest back down to least, okay? If the negative parts confuse you, place them on a number line. If you get stuck other than that, you can raise your hand and ask for help or use your journal.